It's stupid conversations time. Um, the other day, I actually had somebody call me a researcher because I do my own research. I don't know what gave him the idea that my occupation is actually researcher, simply because I know how to do my own research. I thought, as most people do, that research was something you learned how to do in middle school. Or if you're like my kids, you learn how to do research starting in elementary school. Why is this a foreign concept? Seriously, why is this a foreign concept? Why do people not understand that we, as intelligent human beings, are capable of doing our own research? Research simply is, and this is the actual definition of research, is investigating systematically, or also the systematic investigation into and study of materials and sources in order to establish facts and reach conclusions. That is research. For anybody that doesn't know, I do have a degree. I have a bachelor's from what we tend to call a baby Ivy. It's literally a liberal arts school, but not your little tiny ones where you learn how to follow orders. This was a school where they teach us to run corporations and do hostile takeovers. My business degree includes information including marketing manipulation, where we convince people to buy a product and change their way of thinking into convincing them that they need our products. We also learn things like international affairs and international business, literally what it sounds like. We learn multiple cultures and how different places and regions do business and how to research more of that culture. There's that word again, research. In order to provide the best possible support for the companies we run. We typically walk into Fortune 500 companies and work as upper level management, CFOs, CEOs, COOs. The three-letter alphabet goes on and on and on. We are your supervisors. That is not the path that I chose to take. I forewent six-figure incomes to stay near family. Does not change my education level. Does not change what I know how to do. My degree also entails a good bit of statistics, where we learn to manipulate and change numbers in order to fit a perceived notion or to make it look the way we want in order to get the funding and the documentation that we need. For example, if a study only needed 500 people, we would hire 1,000. We would study 1,000 people and only select the 500 that fit within our data set of the information that we need to provide. So these outliers, the ones that don't fit where we wanted the information to go, our hypothesis, if you actually understand what an hypothesis is, those people that didn't fit within what we wanted to show, we'd remove them from the study and only keep the numbers for the people that fit within our criteria. This is a standard operating procedure. If you don't have this particular set of training from this particular group of people, to work at this higher level, this is not what they teach you stats is. This is not what they teach you statistics is, because I've had both education levels. They teach you stats as a set of numbers that gives you information on a diagram. They teach us how to manipulate that diagram. It's why I come across with the point of view that I do, because statistics and information can be manipulated to suit the needs of others. But that's where the research comes in. And this is why it surprises me, I guess it doesn't, that people don't know how to do their own research. You have to do your own research, because all those numbers that we remove are still out there. You just have to know how to find them. You have to know what search engines to look for. You have to know which specific wording to use. Like, if I look up the word research, it'll give me 100 different things within the definition. I actually have to look up the word research definition. Same thing with a lot of different things. If you're looking up any information and you're not getting the results that you want, you have to know how to change the wording to get the information you need out of the algorithm. You can also get completely different information off of different search engines. Google will give you a different set of information compared to Yahoo, compared to Bing, compared to DuckDuckGo. Also, if you start with a brand new, fresh device, computer, whatever, something from the library, it hasn't learned what you like to read yet. So it doesn't manipulate the algorithm. And I know there's a lot of people that'll go, oh, that's conspiracy, but it's not. Our devices record absolutely everything you do. It's data mining. And they will show you research based on what it thinks you want to see. So if you're a Democrat, it's going to show you Democratic information. If you're a Republican, it's going to show you Republican information. If you prefer artichokes, it's going to show you more recipes with artichokes in it than it would, say, with beans. It's just the way the algorithms are set up. It was originally designed so that you got a more personal experience out of researching. Because that's what logging into Google using a search engine is. It's research. You are looking for information. Unfortunately, what has happened is that algorithm, whether intentional or not, I'm not arguing that right now, only shows you things it thinks you want to see. So this is just an example, don't freak out on me. So if you're pro-vaccine, it's only going to show you pro-vaccine information. And it's going to show you everything that makes you even more pro-vaccine. If you are anti-vaccine, it's going to show you everything along the lines of anti-vaccine. We saw a very big uptick right before COVID, where that particular search was manipulated so that it only promoted pro-vaccine. This was started back in between 2016 and 2018. Biggest reason why I particularly know that one has nothing to do with the vaccine itself. It has to do with grant research that I was doing for a company, where one of the grants that came across my desk was... Hi, kiddo. Stuff. Go away. A multi-billion-dollar grant by our government on how to get more people to take vaccines. Granted, at the time, less than 3% of the U.S. population was unvaccinated. Your herd immunity starts at 96%. So 3% is well below that threshold. But they wanted to find ways to force people, not really force, but to talk people into taking more vaccines. That grant literally paid search engines, social media, even places like Amazon and Books A Million and Barnes and Nobles, a lot of money to only push the information that somebody decided you needed to hear. That meant, at that point in time, all research saying anything contradictory to what somebody else decided you needed to hear was no longer available. I watched the CDC website change overnight on what available information they had based on vaccine efficiency, vaccine side effects, and diseases and viruses. Their information changed overnight. Can't give you an exact day, but it was July 2018. Their entire website was pretty much rewritten. The reason why I knew that was because I was pulling up information for a doctor from reputable research papers and other information online for them to have off of a specific topic. I am not a researcher, I just know how to do research, so yes, every now and then somebody will ask me to do something and I will find things for them. It's part of what we do. I literally watch a website go down and then come back up with completely different information. Research can neither be honest nor effective if both sides aren't allowed to be heard. So at that point in time, while I still pull information off of the internet, I print out sources when I find them. And I also no longer refer to the internet for information solely. You need to go to libraries, you need to access library catalogs, you need to research through periodicals, magazines, other databases, other than just the internet, because research is no longer what it used to be. But that goes back to this whole... Apparently people don't understand research anymore. That's all research is. And somebody will go, but you're not a researcher. You don't have a degree in research. You don't have a degree in biology or whatever. Here's the thing. All a degree is research. And this is the stupidest thing on the face of the planet. A degree is research. Literally. That's it. A degree is you have picked a field of study. Doggy wants to attention. And you have decided to do as much research as possible on any and all things in reference to that degree. Mine was business. So, my college selected the books that we would do our research and information from, and that's what we got our education from. I was lucky enough to be in a school where all of my professors weren't teaching as a backup. Been there, done that. Hang on. But, anyways, what I was saying was, I was lucky enough to have professors that were very successful in what they did, and they chose to teach for the love of teaching. My business teachers were all very successful business owners with Fortune 500 companies. They've opened, operated, and sold, open, operated more. Statistics teacher was very well known in the statistics world. He also did what's the one? He also did astronomy, mainly because he liked it and he was passionate about it. biggest thing was our teachers, they didn't teach because it was a backup. They taught because they wanted to share their knowledge with future generations. I did go to a college to begin with, a community college, where my business teacher, he didn't stick around long after dealing with me. Literally read out of the book. He actually told us on day one that he was there because his business failed. That's exactly who I want to learn business from, is somebody who failed at their job, and what they're trying to teach. That would be like having a doctor teaching a surgical class who has botched every surgery they've done. It's just not a good idea. Biggest point is your education is different levels. But back to the research thing. I honestly don't know why you people seem to think there's more people. You can't do your own research. You're quite capable. Learn how, do it, become informed. Have a great day.